Hi. So today I will talk about dates, that how nutritious they are and how important they are. First of all, I would say try to introduce dates into your life. They are extremely healthy. They have a lot of nutritious value, and I have put that nutritious value in the description of this video. Please check that out for more detail. And they have a lot of fiber, and fiber is really helpful for people who have problems with passing stools, or they get constipated. So that fiber helps you pass the stool easily and makes the constipation go. So try to have some dates in your diet, and always keep in mind that dates have a really high content of sugar, so eat them in moderation. I'm not saying you should totally skip them, or you should never eat them, or you should eat them too much, but keep that in moderation, and that is the best way to get the best benefit out of it. And they help your brain. They reduce the amount of free radicals in your brain and in the rest of the body as well, and reduce the inflammation that you might catch. So it's really useful. It's a dry fruit as well as a fruit as well, so it depends which form you take. Dried form of the date has more sugars, so try to avoid that form if you have diabetes. Even otherwise, if you have diabetes, don't take dates in excess. So another important thing is, with the brain, dates have been proven to reduce an interleukin which is called IL-6 in your circulation, and therefore they are really helpful to fight against dementia and Alzheimer's, because they reduce the amount of deposition of amyloid proteins in your brains that lead to the formation of problems in the brain related areas, the memory areas, and therefore lead to Alzheimer's, dementia. So basically that's the whole process. I'm just summarizing in very easy to understand way. The process is the neurodegeneration caused by this interleukin 6, IL-6, and dates are known to reduce the quantity or the level of that IL-6. So that is a very useful way, a very good beneficial point about dates that I want to bring forward here. And another thing is, the scientists, they did some experiments, and they found out that when they gave dates to those animals, the mice and all those guinea pigs, they found out that those mice that had the dates, they had less problems with their behavior, so they were really well mannered, and they had less problems with anxiety, they had better memory, and they had a lot of good things in their neurons. So a benefit of date is, it helps with your memory process, reduce the anxiety, and increase your emotional control and intellect, and all those important things that you need to form a good behavior in your personality. So dates are really good for that. So try to give some dates to your children, specifically. And you should also take yourself. They are gonna help you a lot. And another very important benefit that I really want to elaborate here is, try to take some dates when you are pregnant, because they did some studies on pregnant women who take dates, and they found out a lot of benefits from taking dates while you're pregnant. So what they did, they gave dates to 69 women. So they studied 69 pregnant women, and they gave them 6 dates on a daily basis, for the last 4 weeks of their pregnancy. And what was found in those women is that dates reduced 20% likelihood of problems. Like they help with the labor in 20% of the women. So they increased the ease of the labor in 20% of the pregnant women. That's a huge number. And another study showed that they studied 154 women who were pregnant, and they were given dates on regular basis, and they found out that they had a less likely need of inducing the labor. Whoever amongst you has been pregnant or who has seen people or their wife or family people getting pregnant, they know what I'm talking about. The induction of labor is when you're not able to deliver and you need to facilitate the labor, and you need to facilitate the delivery by giving certain injections. Especially they give oxytocin. So from the research it was found that the dates contain a special compound that is quite similar to this oxytocin, and it helps with the labor and makes the labor easy. So, and one of the compounds in that regard is tannin, because oxytocin is essentially made in the brain and stored in the posterior pituitary gland and then released to ease the labor and make the delivery happen. But sometimes you need to give a synthetic form of this hormone to induce the labor, to make the labor go faster. But when they studied these 154 women, they found out that the duration of labor in these women who were taking dates on regular basis during their pregnancy, so the duration of labor was much reduced, and it was reduced by 4 hours. If you're a woman and you have been pregnant and you know what labor is like, 4 hours is like 40 days for you in that kind of situation. So 4 hour reduction of labor is a huge thing. So please, whoever gets pregnant, tell them to take some dates on regular basis, especially in the last 4 days. Do not take dates in a huge quantity. You don't have to take dozen of dates every day. So be moderate in your diet, whatever you take. That's my advice. So that is really important, because when you're taking dates, that helps with the contraction of uterus and then makes the delivery easier. And another important thing is dates contain a really good quantity of calcium, phosphate, and magnesium, and these are some very essential minerals for the bone formation and for the teeth formation. So if you're giving dates to your children or yourself, you're gonna have really good teeth and really good bone health, because it prevents against osteoporosis through this mechanism. So again, dates are really good. And another important thing is there is a misnomer that dates have a lot of carbs and a lot of calories. Yeah, I do understand that perspective, but from research, please check out my research links that I studied all those publications. That please check out those that I have put in the description here. I've studied them and I found out that dates have been proven to have a low glycemic index. What does that mean? That means that they are gonna reduce, or they are prone to have a low blood glucose level. They are really good in managing your blood sugar level, and therefore you should take some dates in moderation. Again, do not take them too much. If you're diabetic, talk to your doctor before you start taking them. For example, if you're on insulin or metformin or any other medications for diabetes, then it's a different game. But still, you cannot say that you cannot take the dates at all if you're diabetic, or you cannot say that you have to take a lot of dates to control your blood sugar. No, you stay in moderation and talk to your doctor in that regard. And if you have any more comments or questions, please talk to me in the comment section and we can go from there.